Happy Friday afternoon, everyone. We have arrived at our second check-in for HPC in the city, Dallas. And now we get to actually see what our team's goals and at least two tasks towards that goal are. Now, having said that, I want to mix it up a little bit as far as in which group we're going to go with first. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go by the longest named group because they make me say it over and over again. So up first, with their 1 minute and one slide, we welcome to the stage or to the platform or to Zoom, Mr.Roger's 20-minute neighborhoods. Hoods. The floor is yours.
I'll share my screen with the slide. Okay.
All right, we can see it.
Nice. What's the slideshow? So our project goal is to eventually make an evaluation tool that evaluates the accessibility of a city, and this will be done using Python. So basically, we'll use the Google Maps API with Python to find out when you enter a specific address, how many things can you find in a 20-minute proximity. So 20 minutes will be calculated looking at different modes of transportation, whether you're walking or cycling. Driving is our last use case to look at because we want to evaluate according to how accessible it is without a car, right? And we also have a stretch goal, so something we'd work towards in case we manage to finish our primary goals in time. And the stretch goal is basically using data sets from the city database because there's, for example, if we're looking at an underprivileged community, that's not information that we sure Google Maps has documented, right? But looking at a specific city database would have data that actually pertains to real life situations. And if you're looking
that is time. That is time. Go ahead and finish the sentence, but that is time.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right. All right. Good job. Good job. You all are going to have a very interesting weekend, and I am looking forward to seeing how far you all can go.
Oh, that was fantastic. There's some great goals too. I like the fact that some of them are achieved, some of them are low-hanging fruit, and some of them are long-term. That's perfect.
Mm-hmm. All right. Having said that, up next, the group that somehow defies gravity, I'm going to call on the Jazz Frogs. Jazz Frogs, the floor is yours.
All right. Let me see if I can share this slide. How do I share a slide in Zoom?
Down the bottom.
Down at the bottom. I'm trying to
actually,
share screen. There we go.
So up at the top, we
can share that. Is that coming through?
Yes.
Okay,
good to
perfect. All right. So our group's main idea and main goal is to create an online dashboard to visualize the sensors data that is collected into a way that is somewhat interactable for our user base. Our main task right off the bat is to create the structure and outline of our dashboard for our data. After we get that, our second main goal is to create a map of the sensor locations so that you can interact with it and visually see where the data is coming from. After that, we'll work on adding the data to our dashboard and to our site so that it can generate the graphs for our CSV data and allow you to audibly hear all of the audio that comes from our sensors.
Very cool.
What we got.
And perfect. Yeah, 2 seconds left. Absolutely perfect. All right.
Those are great tasks. I could definitely see their story building from those. That's very cool.
All right. Up next, let me go ahead and get it over with. I'm going to say this team's name. I'm going to cover the mic so I don't spit it anywhere. I'm just kidding. Emote-ping. Emote-ping.
Yeah, I guess that's us. Let's see. Okay, so for our goal, we want to figure out how to determine and differentiate between emotions based on like biometric data from smartwatches. The task that we have to do, or that we're looking to try and do immediately, is try to figure out like what bodily functions are all kept track of on smartwatches. When you there's usually like a little dial that tracks like heart rate and stuff like that, but there's more to it than just heart rate. So we're trying to check that. And then we also want to determine how to differentiate emotions based on the recorded biometric data that's stored into the watch or taken from the watch. So yeah, I think that's about it.
Okay. All right. So you all have a couple of tasks there. I'm going to give you, I'm going to give you a little hint here, a little hint. So a couple of your tasks, your two tasks here are pretty broad. What functions a smartwatch can find, is pretty good. But then trying to link them to emotions going to be a little bit more difficult. So put the way you deal with issues like this is put a time bound on it. So we're going to look at this particular task for this long. If we don't have an answer, we're going to move on. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Because you have a real danger of going into a rat hole or a rabbit hole of directions you can go. And so being able to kind of keep you steered correctly now will prevent issues.
Okay. Something else to think about is when you're looking at the functions that a smartwatch can keep track of, you may want to narrow your focus down to one type of smartwatch instead of all the smartwatches.
So you mean like between like Apple Watch or like a Google Watch kind of thing?
Exactly. Apple, Google, Fitbit, or whatever, Garmin, pick one and look at what that watch offers and then be able to build on top of it. Because all the watches have different APIs. So you may want to just, focus on a single type and then go from there.
Okay, cool. Appreciate it.
Oh, these are cool. This is going to be a good application. A lot of research. Sorry, Jamie. All you.
Up next, I want to hear from EcoLocation. So EcoLocation, the floor is yours.
All right, let me get the screen shared. Okay, so good evening, everyone. So what is EcoLocation? Can you hold up?
Oh, okay, there we go.
Is everything fine?
I was going to say it looked restricted. We're good to go.
Okay. So what is EcoLocation? With the support of organizations such as EcoRise, Texas has funding and education opportunities available for jobs in support of bettering the environment, but they struggle with knowing who to fund. That's where we come in. EcoLocation will provide a website that will directly connect organizations with the workforce they're looking to fund. We will accomplish this through directly developing a wireframe UI UX, creating the website itself, creating a backend to store the data relating to credentialing and other information that needs to be passed through, developing a server connection between the backend and the front end, and getting web hosting for the website so that everybody can see it. That's basically it.
All right, good job and good
Great
timing.
presentation, by the way. Love it. How many people are on your team, Kar?
There are 2 mentors and 2 of us on the team.
Okay, you may want to look at what jobs can be done in parallel and then split the workload. So you're not waiting because you got a big list there, but there's a couple things that maybe you can split the workload and develop at the same time. But great job.
Jamie, I've
Charlie?
already also
Okay.
volunteered you to help them understand credentialing and SSOs. So as an expert on the case, you should be able to help them out, right?
Wait, me?
Yeah, you.
No. I be careful. So for the purpose of this, I will tell you during the credentialing SSO or OAuth is going to be special. And it's going to take time. So I would do like Charlie said, the low hanging fruit first, which in your case, even building the back end and then connecting to the front end and doing the display, you all have a pile of work.
And gonna bring in the data and have probably curate the data. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna tell you all a secret. 60% of your time, maybe even 70% of your time, is going to be spent on cleaning up data. So just keep that in mind. And all of you that are having databases or importing in data sets or trying to connect data sets to applications, keep that in mind, that is not a trivial task.
It is very much special. It's actually called data carpentry. And yeah, any of you all that are working with data sets, please know it's going to, like Charlie is saying, it's going to take, I'd say at least a good 60% of your time just to get the data in a format you can use. Now, I see Gov smiling. He's like, man, I know what NoSQL. I ain't even worried about it. Yeah, we'll see.
Also on that note, keep in mind what resources you have available to you and what resources you can use and what resources you might need. All right. I would look at stuff that's available to you before having to look at something that you may need to install or connect to, because those are always going to have issues as well.
Right.
But once again, great presentation. And those are very doable. Those are very
Yes.
doable tasks.
Yes. All right. Good job. Up next, the Jazz Frogs. Jazz Frogs already went. Why didn't I check them off? Jonathan went. There we
And I
go.
must say, yeah, the Jazz Frogs have an awesome name. Love that. Because I keep picturing in my head these, like maybe a jazz band of frogs, you know, ribbiting at different intervals, or, you know, a bunch of frogs doing jazz dancing while some awesome jazz music's playing in the background. Either way, it's a great visual.
I'm sorry. I just think about that Careless Whispers that they were playing, and like one of the frogs just jamming out, like with his legs stretched out on a rock over the swamp. Just, you know, I'm just saying, that's what I see.
All right, Cody. See, now that you brought up the Careless Whispers, I'm picturing the music video in my head, but instead of George Michael, you have a big giant frog.
See, it works on all levels. Okay, maybe not all levels, but in my head it works. All right, so then up next, Team Genie. Team Genie.
Hello, everyone. I'm Hunter with Team Genie. And let me get the slides pulled up. Okay, can you see it? Okay.
There we go. Now we see.
Okay. Our goal is to design a lamps-based granular chute simulation, showing grains flowing into a grain silo, which is something that we thought also might be pretty unique because we looked around and we couldn't find this anywhere else. And then our task 1 is to install all necessary software on Cloudy Cluster. And then our task 2 is to create a job script to run lamps. These are just 2 real basic tasks to get us started. They're almost prerequisites to even really start working.
That is so cool. Now here's the reason why I'm saying it's going to be cool, because I mean, all right, so let's be real. We've all heard about the issues with food and with the Ukraine trying to export the grain and whatnot, and the issues that they're having. So having that simulation wherein this is something farmers could actually use to calculate the grain or be aware of things, I'm actually really excited to see that. Now I will ask a favor though, just one. If there are any other teams that are planning on using Cloudy Cluster itself, either Cloudy Cluster or Jupyter Notebooks on Cloudy Cluster, when you all go through your setup for your cluster, because I know Cole is an expert at this, by any chance, would you mind if some other teams that are doing that, or a representative from the other team that may be doing that, could they join you so they can set theirs up while you're setting yours up?
There's no setup required. So I already have all the projects and clusters ready. Just just send me, I guess basically I've been waiting until people asked, but I can go ahead and in each person's, I do need a private way to show passwords and stuff. Like, don't get me wrong, I trust everyone here, but I don't want to be broadcasting passwords to everyone. But yeah, just I guess I'll just and then if you want access to the actual Google project, I need Gmail accounts. So then I can actually add you to the Google Cloud project that's for your team. But yeah, so all you'll need to do is have your username and password and go onto the control instance and go from there. I highly recommend you watch the overview, because that shows you how to use Cloudy Cluster without actually having to use the parallel HPC component of it, the batch job component of it, because there are ways to use Cloudy Cluster, just like to run a Jupyter notebook or to do a visualization in our desktop app that are not they're not your standard HPC batch stuff. So it's very, very attainable to use Cloudy Cluster in your project. Yeah, that's what I got.
Perfect. So just to say that out loud one more time, if you need access to your team's cluster, so in other words, these are the Google credits or the Google Cloud credits. Say, for instance, for I'm saying EcoRise, but EcoLocation, if they want to set up a server or something like that, you need to contact Cole. So the mentor could contact Cole in order to get the actual passwords and things. For persons, you all need to send Cole a Gmail connected or a Google Suites connected email so he can add it to that cluster. And I'll also ask, keep in mind, Cole is a mentor, so he has things he has to do with his team. So if possible, if you can do that very soon, that would be very helpful. Cole, is there a specific way you'd like them to communicate with you?
Well, not really. I mean, Discord, I think my email is somewhere. I'm not really sure how to most easily distribute my contact information, but either email or Discord. Ideally, don't call me, but yeah, really, however you can do that. But yeah, I guess since everyone's already on Discord, that would be best, and so work email doesn't get clouded up with stuff. But yeah, that would probably be best, is just Discord. I'm on there as Omnicole, like instead of Omnibond, Omnicole. So yeah, and you can easily find me by going in the general channel, or I don't know where else I've posted, but yeah, just do the search bar and search Omnicole.
Yep, yeah. And I dropped it in the general chat as well, that this is Cole and then Omnicole.
Yep.
All right, thanks, Cole.
Yep.
All right, and for our final group of the night, Hope.
Can I say something really quick?
Oh, sure.
And so, Jamie, I thank you for trying to protect me, but I am here to help people. So definitely, there's going to be totally times where my team is working on stuff and other teams can use my help with stuff, especially when it's GCP related or especially Cloudy Cluster related. So do not be afraid to reach out to me. I promise. My other friend Robert, who helped with ADME 22, he's actually at a medical conference right now with his job, but so he couldn't be a mentor this year, but he's also willing to, I added him to the Discord for this hackathon, and he's also here to help people. So do not worry about contacting me. If I'm busy, I will forward you to him. And if not, we have Boyd, of course, and Mary, and all these other people that are, and all the other mentors. So never be afraid to reach out for help. Do not think I'm too busy.
Thank you, Cole. I appreciate that. And yes, Boyd is here. Boyd, you mind saying hi? Have you all landed yet?
Yes, landed in my next hotel room.
Oh, I thought you were in your basement.
No.
Boyd has the coolest basement. Like his basement office, he has like a secret door. Now, I've been working with Boyd for a couple of years now. And it's like, what, 2 meetings ago, Boyd all of a sudden opened this secret door behind him that is full of Legos. And we had no idea. So yes, but anyway.
The secret door wasn't full of Legos. It led to a room that was full of Legos. Just to,
Yeah.
and then I think there was a bat cave behind there too. I'm not going to doubt that.
It was a good time. It was a good
back there.
Wait,
But,
did say too much?
But having said that, we're gonna move on to our last team of the night, as long as I have checked off everybody correctly. The Sonar. What did I write there? Oh, that looks terrible. It looks like Sonar Skins. It's not. It is the Sonar Skills. Sonar Skills team. So Sonar Skills, the floor is yours.
All right. All right, so my team is Sonar Skills, and right now our main goal really is to start analyzing the data set. So under tasks, we put data requirements and major factors. So we're trying to come up with things to really like hone in on when we're analyzing data that we'll get through it maybe a little bit faster. But the next step after we analyze data, come up with some requirements would be to make a dashboard.
Mhm.
And
All right.
those are like the main things for now. So
Very good. Very good. Yeah, these are once again really good tasks and a great goal that's very achievable. One thing I want to point out though, when you say analyze the data in order to answer those requirements and factors, make sure that you know what tools you're going to be using to analyze that data. Or else, once again, like Jamie said earlier, you're going to go down a rabbit hole looking at all the different tools that are available. So yeah, make sure you got those tools figured out. And once again, what I told the other team, 60 to 70% of your entire hack is going to be cleaning up, curating, and connecting to your data set. So keep that in mind.
yeah. The tools, we decided to go with Python and Jupyter Notebook.
Good. So then in that case, what I'm going to recommend to you, a lot of teams, I've seen teams do two things when it comes to Jupyter Notebooks that have caused issues later on in the hack, where on Sunday they are panicked, and or people have left and they have the main code set. Not good. Two things you can do, or two things they normally do. Either one, they start with Python, Jupyter Notebooks on their personal computer. What happens if that person with the main code set on their personal computer gets sick? Decides, oh yeah, I forgot, I was going on a trip with my friends this weekend. Yeah, that happened. Or any number of other things occur. All of a sudden, your team doesn't have the code set. The second thing the teams do is they will use Google Colab, which is great because everybody can work on it collaboratively. But then they have to figure out how to transfer from Google Colab over to Jupyter Notebooks on Cloudy Cluster, which is, it's not hard, but it's still something you have to do. So here's my suggestion. Number one, go ahead and fight the fight now to start up Cloudy Cluster. It's not a fight, but go ahead and start using Jupyter Lab from the beginning. That way you don't have to worry about transferring stuff later. You can keep on working. The bonus thing to that is the fact that the code base is then there for everybody. So it solves two problems at once. All right. I highly recommend it. It will save you a lot of hassle later. All right. So before I'm going to give you Two things, well, three things before I let you go for the night. But before I do that, I want to say that all of you all have some amazing goals. Absolutely fantastic goals. Any information that we give you during your presentations are our opinions. Now, don't get me wrong, we're here to help you. We've seen a lot, but they're just that. They're opinions. You can choose to go with it or not. So don't think that any work you've done is being dismissed. It isn't. Anything we say, we always want to give constructive criticism through the lens of, we want to see you succeed. That make sense? All right. Having said that,
Having said
I
that,
want to make
you all, no, sorry.
no. I want you to be aware that every last one of your goals, I don't care how scoped and carefully thought out it was, will change by Monday. I promise you. And that's a good thing. That's the way projects work. I also want to add to that, if there are any issues that you run into, don't be scared to ask. Of course, you have your mentors and co-mentors and your fellow hackers, but you have all of us as well. We're here to assist you. I try my best to be as responsive as possible on Discord, but even if I'm not responsive, ping somebody else, get your answer. We're here to help you. Now, I'm a little bit crazier than some of the others, where I'll answer like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning sometimes, but also get sleep. We're not here to how many of you all have been a part of a hackathon, not one of our hackathons, but one of those hackathons where you're expected to basically be up for the entire time? Yeah, Zach, it's crazy, isn't it? And by the end, are you really getting anything done? Up your
Yes, but it's not going to be as pretty. So that's what I'll say. But yeah, you definitely get it done. It's just not pretty.
Yeah. So and there is nothing worse than, because you're tired, making one of those mistakes where you merge bad code or lose something, or or you spend 2 hours, Gov knows this one, you spend 2 hours trying to track down a problem, and come to find out your entire issue is that you didn't have you had a lowercase letter instead of a capital letter. I see Zach has experienced that. I'm saying that to say this, get rest, keep hydrated, make sure you have snacks, take time if you need to step away from the problem and then come back to it. All right.
Sometimes, I'll be absolutely honest, sometimes it's going to sleep and then waking up, and during that little bit when you wake up, you're all, hey, I figured it out. Sometimes take a nap if you have to.
Take a walk. That's my favorite one. Just take a walk, get out in nature, get away from your computer, and just walk. And you'll be surprised when you come back how things sometimes, not all the time, sometimes will be a lot better when you come back.
Maybe that'll be a challenge this weekend.
Yeah.
Group challenge, everybody go for a walk.
Because the one thing I'll say about Charlie's answer, like taking a nap or going to sleep, is for all my CS people that have written those really long codes, how many times have you dreamed about solving the problem?
How many
and
times?
Then woken up mad because you still gotta do it. So that's why I don't always push that one. In my dream, I was done. Now I got to do it.
When you actually do fix it, and it's like, it's fixed. It works. Or,
Yes.
yeah, a different error. Perfect.
Or as the meme goes, why won't my code work? And then the meme under is the same one. Why does my code work?
Love that one.
So I've made it this far without dreaming of any of that, but thanks for the nightmare fuel.
Enjoy, sir. Enjoy, Cole.
Yeah.
All right.
You're welcome, Cole.
So I have two logistical things for you. Two. The first one is in the general chat, I posted earlier a link to paste in your team introduction slides. So I'm gonna paste that again right here. I know for a fact there are two teams. Yes, there are two teams that I don't have their slides pasted in yet. Those two teams, yes, I'm gonna call you out. Those teams are Team Genie and Team Emote-ping. So if you would please hop into those slides and paste your introduction slide. For everyone else, including the two teams I just mentioned, I am now pasting another link where I would like you to paste right now where you have a split second, paste in your team goals slide. So I'm putting it in right now. So please add your team goals slide, because I am going to be up tonight updating the crap out of the website. I want to add all the teams. I want to add the mentors. I want to add videos. It's going to be a long night for me, but I'm doing that so that you all can kind of see where you have come from. That was terrible. Let me fit that. Please add you. Come on, Jamie. Your team goals slide. There we go. Okay. So team introduction slides, team goal slides. I see people adding them now. I appreciate that. That makes my life a lot easier. Tomorrow morning, we will be meeting at, give me the schedule, pull open the share screen. It's like y'all keep seeing this over and over again. That's not the right screen. That's not, this is the right screen. There we go. Tomorrow morning is right here, Saturday morning. There we go. Did I make it big enough? Saturday morning. We are getting started at 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific. During that time, you're going to do a little bit of a status update. I will tell you about that tomorrow morning. We'll give you some time to do that during the meeting. So you don't have to worry about doing it ahead of time. You can do it during the meeting. We're going to have a special guest that's going to speak to us for about 5 minutes about tech and women in HPC. Melissa Fracken, she's an amazing woman. You'll get to meet her tomorrow. And I did add something down here for people. What's that say? Texas Advanced Computing Center jobs. Wonder what that's about. Wonder if that's about, oh, I don't know, jobs. But additionally, for those of you that have not been to the site yet, you can add each of these sections to your calendar by clicking add to calendar. It'll download the ICS file, and so that it will adjust to your time zone. It has the Zoom meeting in it. It makes life so much more palatable as far as in trying to figure out what's going on in your life. Beyond that, I'm going to keep this session open and alive until, I'm going to say 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Of course, some of the groups kind of break out and do things on their own. That's fine. You can do that. But before I let you go, are there any questions or concerns? It's your first full day, folks. But now you've done this. I call it the Fred Flintstone day. You kind of run in the midair, trying to figure out what's going on, get the goals together, get your team together, understand where things go, and then you start to take off. You're at that point now, and it's going to start to get fun. But rest, hydrate.
That's the Fred Flintstone analogy, not the Wile E. Coyote analogy where he's running, and realize that he's off of a cliff and just falls.
Yes, two different cartoons. Oh wait, you know what, Charlie? We're sitting there, we're joking, we're like, yeah, they completely understand what I'm talking about.
No,
y'all probably don't know who Fred Flintstone is, do you? Ooh, look at Dot's face.
I'm not that young. I'm not that young.
Yeah, I don't think we're that young. I definitely know who both of those guys are.
Thank you. Okay, I feel somewhat better.
Dinosaur guy, nice.
That's all right. That's why y'all had to learn what a record was. And then all of a sudden they came back and stopped. Anyway, I'm not even going to talk about the doc. What do we count? 4 times bell bottoms came in, went out, came in, went out, came in, went out of style.
Then one time it came back and they didn't call it bell bottoms. They called it boot cut.
Oh yeah, I forgot about boot cut. Anyway, okay, I'm sorry. I'm getting sidetracked. So beyond that, I am going to open up our breakout rooms. We are here for you, but at the same time, don't work too late.
Good luck, everyone.
And we're here for you if we need you, or if you need us. Take care, y'all. Great job.